I got it plugged in, but
Randall Pina, good morning, my friend. How are you? Yo, another day in paradise, man. I see you killing it out there. What have you been up to? What are you working on?
all kinds of stuff. Finding old paint. Got old paint. Yeah, just working on. Oh shit! Fucking my thing up. Same grind as always, buddy. Just try to build up the businesses. You know what I'm saying? Get stay focused. You know, and just refine my own game. That way, I'm taking it to the next level. You know, and
so painting, right? Painting business right now is a great business to be in. Like, there's a lot of industry. There's a lot of people who can do it. Not a huge jump for you, but a huge jump for somebody else to go and paint their house, right? So
what's that like? On the money side of it, shit.
No, I'm saying like,
oh, dude, there's a lot of paint in the renovation stuff,
right? Like paint is one of those things that nobody thinks about until their house is like ugly and they're like, oh my god, like this needs to get done, but they don't want to go do it.
Oh yeah,
right. So what kind of people are like asking you to paint their houses right now?
Oh, right now what I've been seeing is just it's the direct homeowner, man. It's like the small guys. I gotta switch this real quick. Yeah, it's like the small guys. That's all I've been really picking at is like just small local owners with just 1 or 2 properties. I've been hammering, dropping flyers to, and then property managers has been who I've been kicking it around with. But I can't lie, dude. The last few weeks I've just fallen into a couple of gigs, so I haven't been going too ham. But that's what I've been. The last 2 days I've been really doing a lot of phone calls and stuff like that, just like cold calling basically. But
cold calling landlords, right? People who already own real estate and instead of having like 1 apartment to paint, like they got 3, 6 apartments to paint.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to dial in on now. Is just property managers. I made a big list yesterday of them. I just been ripping through, just different areas. But yeah, it's not that crazy. Like it's the lead gen on the side isn't like regular real estate where you got to call 1,000 people. You know what I'm saying? Like people need shit done,
So you're finding, so this is what's funny about our call, right? Like, so when we talked about this and the painting company kind of came into fruition, it was, hey, I'm cold calling, I'm doing all this work with sellers, but I'd like to do something with my hands, or I like to make a little money on the side right now while I'm waiting for the wholesale money to come through, and
more cash. You need steady cash.
Yes, you need steady cash in your business, and after talking to you for a few minutes, I was like, dude, like you can paint, like you've got that skill. Like, yeah, I used to property manage, I used to do this, I used to do that. I said, holy shit, dude, like paint's probably all you need to do. Like cut everything else out.
Bro, don't even get me started. The cash that came in over the last couple of weeks, I was just like, what the fuck? You always try. Not even that. It's just I focus. Sometimes you get excited. Like I just love business. You know what I mean? So I get excited about certain things. So sometimes you chase down the wrong businesses. Like I'm always shopping a bit, whatever else. This is the game we're in, right? But my point is, it's focusing down and finding those simple little businesses that you could do that are right under your nose. You know what I mean? Like property management in general, it's a tough game. That's a tough game. You're dealing with a lot of fires day to day. So I didn't really like it, but knowing that game gives you all these other things. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You have to know construction. You have to know how to turn over a property an apartment. And so you get these little skill sets, man. It's just funny. Oh, it's funny. It's just so funny. But the paint improvement stuff is amazing. Not really going with the improvement stuff, but paint, tile work, the basics. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Right? Like don't get distracted. I was hanging out with a buddy of mine the other day.
Hey, I gotta cut you off though, I know what you're saying, right? But dude, I just pulled in a couple G's off of a roof. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just picking and choosing, but 100,000%. I'm just talking some shit like I do.
And you're right. Like roofing is a high pay gig, and it's super easy. Not a lot of
those labor gigs that people don't want to do. You know what I mean? That you can jump in and take out, but
that's where the money is. Now at the same time, I'd refer it to a roofer and take $1,000 and let them go up on the roof, and I'd go back to the business up. Like it's.
This wasn't that gig, but I dig what you're saying,
Yeah.
But but the painting, I really want to scale, this up, keep it as a real good base business, in the portfolio, if you will. But
painting,
cool stuff.
I love what you're doing, man. With it, like so quickly, you took the same audience who were calling to buy their properties, and now you're adding value to them, right? Like you
Yeah.
just switched it up and you're like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I could buy your house and I could paint it. Which one do you need right now?
Hey, how's that all paint? You need us to list it? We'll just paint it and list it. How about that? We won't even try to sell it. No.
You know, let's partner up.
It's hilarious. Yeah, you gotta keep your eyes open, you know?
Absolutely. So what are you seeing is working best for you when it comes to building your business right now? Like obviously relationships are key. You're cold calling, you're meeting people. What can some like, and you're doing this in the middle of COVID-19. Like you're building this like right in the middle of it.
I'm so happy that you just said COVID-19, okay? Because I've had a lot of people, so we do the coaching stuff, right? So I've had a couple guys calling, like, because I'm still always out there on Facebook just answering questions, trying to do the coaching thing. My point is a lot of people have said to me in the last couple weeks, oh, how you operate in, people think the world is burning down. Now, yeah, the world is technically kind of burning down, but my point is there's still movers and shakers. Money is still moving at a rapid pace. So you just got to, I said this wrap with the COVID tangent real quick, but is basically you got to operate like an eagle, right? So I got this quote that I always say, eagles don't flock and eagles fly above storms, dude. So it's like if you're really a real investor or an entrepreneur, you're up here looking down on the storms going, all right, where's the money at? Oh, okay, the storm's only this big. I can go over here and operate. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So apartments still need to be turned over. They still need to be painted. Dude, there's a guy out here on a ladder right now caulking up the windows because there was a leak downstairs in the building. Like, you know what I'm saying? Money is still moving and there's still money to be made, but sorry to change it.
No, you're right. Like that's exactly what I was getting at is you found a way to make it in a time where everybody's saying, oh, well, I guess I'll just wait till everything goes back to normal. You're like, dude, like, I don't want shit to go back to normal. Like I'm going to make this now. And then when it goes back to normal, I'll explode, right? Like even more is going to come out,
Dude, it's exactly that. You got to be moved. Like right now, I'm saying like in my mind, all right, so there's a thing in the business world, right? And it's like more like the New York, like stocks, right? In August, everybody takes vacation, right? All the bougie people, right? Yep. So that's like a thing in the big CEO world. Like if you keep going in August, that's like a little leverage up or a little advantage, right? Yep. Right now, the whole world, a lot of people are forced to stay still and they can't operate their business. So you can go out there now and take advantage of that. And there's a lot of, it's just any field, restaurants, whatever it is, you can do it, because, and then a lot of people weren't prepared. You know what I'm saying? Most people aren't hustlers. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they don't know what to do when the shit hits the fan. You know what I'm saying? Me, the shit's always hitting the fan. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm used to this.
Yeah, I got my mortgage license in 2007. Yep. Literally, the market just blew up right after that. So it's like, I've already seen the market go down. So I'm super excited about the downturn because, like I said, if you're up here looking down on everything, you can really go in and attack, little sources of money like this with the improvement bit, like with the paint business and stuff. Like that's a $50,000 to $100,000 a year. If I just really keep dialing in for a few weeks, focus on that while real estate's fucking on fire, everybody's freaking out over here, not knowing what to do with the market. And I'm just over here building another income stream that's just going to help me leverage the hell out of the real estate market.
Exactly. And every year you increase that business. You're still wholesaling. You're still looking to buy property, but now you've built this little machine on the side that works no matter what the economy is doing. It's just this little extra money machine. I love that.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm getting hit with notifications. It's not fucking up your video, right?
No, video's fine. So one of the things I have on the wall is something Robert Kiyosaki says in his book, Retire Young, Retire Rich. He says, the rich are always building businesses and buying real estate, right? And it's very clear about how he says that. He says you don't buy businesses and you don't build real estate. You buy real estate and you build business, right? Because when you, like a business doesn't really take anything. Like you build it out of nowhere, perfect. Like everything's at value add. With real estate, it's a big, intensive project to build, but it's way easier just to buy something that already works. You can buy it and it holds its value. Whereas a business is all about the people, right? Like all it takes is that person to leave, boom, the value of the company is completely gone. Whereas with real estate, it's very easy to replace the people. You just new tenant, better quality tenant. Like and we love it. When we buy a building, we want to turn those tenants out. We want to get to the good quality tenants and just turn it quick.
Yeah, so you're an ideal candidate.
Yeah, it's the same thing in your business now, where you're saying, okay, the opportunities changed. Let me go and build a business. This is the perfect time for me to build a business right now. While nothing else is working, I'm going to go and dive in on this. Now, like coaching, right? For example, coaching is exploding now online. right? All the other coaches are pulling back. All the other coaches are like, oh shit, like I can't do events. I'll just wait. And it's like, dude, no, like now's the time to go and explode, right? Like our business is doing better than it's ever done because like everybody's stuck at home watching video.
Hey, in the downturns, you're always, exactly that. And a lot of it too, as I see, is right now in the downturn, what a lot of people should be excited about. And again, this came from 2008, the owner of the mortgage company. There's fucking literally just me and two other guys left. And he's like, right now, the whole tree got shook and everybody fell out of the tree. All the fakes that were just jumping into coaching, trying to make a little money, like that had the network and leveraged it so they were able to dive in. Like, okay, and this is a great, because I wanted to make sure and say this, especially that we're on your audience here. That guy, there's a guy, Maxwell or something like that, that's a big wholesaler out of North Carolina.
Yep. Buddy,
that guy was just proof that he's not that he's a fugazi completely, but he doesn't even do big numbers, bro. He was just a guy that jumped in. This is a perfect segue into what we're talking about here, because this was a gentleman that saw the market exploding, was doing a couple wholesale deals, and used the internet to leverage his business. Now, kudos to him. He's making cake, right?
Yep.
But he never did all the dirt that me and you are out there doing every day, deals, negotiating, this and that. He did a few. So my point is, like, all those guys now are getting shaken at and thrown out of the tree. So there's an opportunity for real deal guys that love the grind and love to hammer at it to dive in, because the market just got opened up for you. You know what I mean? There's a lot of lanes that get opened up, so in these, turbulent times. But
you're absolutely right, man. Like that's where we're at right now. Is we're in an opportunity time. We're in a place where it's like, hey, there's really so much going on. You're better off stay in it, stay focused, and make your money while the chance is here. Because we don't know how long this is gonna last. We don't know how long people are gonna be, stuck at home, like watching us on video, right? Like,
dude, bro. If this stays in place, that's the exact thing. It's like we said that this was a couple weeks ago. We were on the phone, and what did you say? You said, how'd you say it? Corona-proof businesses, right?
Yeah.
So that was like the whole, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. You know what I'm saying? This is a great statement to say because, and then it's like market downturn-proof businesses. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many opportunities, but yeah, those couple of things, making sure that you're, because you don't know. It's like you said, you don't know how long this could last. It could be another couple months. God forbid it goes for another couple months. This shit is insane. Like, I just want to go hang out at a coffee shop, bro. Like, I can't even city hop. I can't do shit, bro. Like, it's like you kind of just, it sucks, but it's really starting to catch up with me now. I'm like really getting aggravated. It's beautiful. I was just out in my car for an hour and a half, dude, running phone calls, like legit, dude, just out in my car with my phone. I just came in. I told you, I was like, hey, let me get in the house. And the building, because it's too nice out, bro. What the fuck? This shit sucks. But,
beautiful out. It's beautiful. Yeah. So you're just going to go like right into a Randy rant, like.
Yeah, I get mad, dude. I get all, you know me, I'm all nuts. But I don't even know what we're talking about. But it just, you got to, double down right now. It's like when everybody starts freaking out. What's that? There's a Warren Buffett quote that's great like that. He's like, when everybody's panicking, I'm staying still, or whatever, however he says it. But everybody's panicking right now, and he's just attacking. The point of it.
What Warren Buffett says: when the market's greedy, be fearful. When the market is fearful, be greedy. And that's exactly where we're at right now. Like building recession-proof businesses, building businesses that can handle this market change is where we belong, right? Like going and building something now that could, like if everybody was stuck at home, does your business survive, right? Can your business survive if everybody was stuck at home for the next, whole year, right? Let's say a whole year went by and we're stuck in quarantine, or now we can't go and run our business the way it used to be. Everybody's thinking the business going back to normal. What if it doesn't? Right? What if it stays exactly the way? Yeah. Can your business survive?
Even just look at this short amount of time, what the damage has been done to the economy. Just 3 months. I mean, that's a long time, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's a long time for restaurants and waiters and anybody that's in the service industry, or in that, or we'll just say the restaurant industry, bartenders. I mean, dude, bartenders make great money, right? You know what I'm saying? That's a common, a good gig to have. But it's wild. Yeah, I don't know. It's wild. It's just, you know what I mean? The real entrepreneurs are going to keep going.
Hairstylists, barbers, like massage therapists, anybody who you're like, who is relatively, you're just touching somebody or in that whole service industry, nail salons. Like there's so many people hit by it, but they're sitting waiting for shit to go back to normal. When there's so many different ways to make money, so many different strategies and avenues, it's like, do something different, Like even even real estate investors right now, they're going back to wholesale. They're going back to agency. They're going back to doing the flip. So they're going and doing work themselves because they can't get guys to go and do the work, right? Cash flow. It's, hey, let's focus on the basics. Let's build our relationships again. Go talk to our tenants, like whatever it takes. And like we're just going and figuring different ways out because it makes a ton of sense. You know, the coaches who are doing live events are no longer doing live events. We're doing Zoom calls, right? We just pivot, adjust. But I know coaches who aren't running events right now, who aren't doing these.
Which is great. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. I'm guilty of it.
Yeah, but it's like, this is market share. You know, Facebook ads are so cheap. YouTube ads are so cheap.
Oh yeah, dude, dude, right here on the list. I got a couple of things that I'm working on the background. I just finished a workbook. I got that set up. I just did the marketing for the cover of it. That's what I've been working on now. And dude, again, just comes down to doubling down. You know, but
all right. Talking about double down. You've been working on a brand for a little while. You ready to reveal that? Is that coming out?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna drop stuff this weekend. I got T-shirts done. I was trying to figure out how to add video to this, but I couldn't. So I was just like, fuck it. I was messing with it yesterday, but dude, I'm in no rush, bro. I am fucking in a happy place, bro. You know what I'm saying? The other day I'm on a roof, banging that out. I'm fucking painting. I'm doing this. I'm just hanging out, negotiating deals. Like, life is good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't complain. So, yeah, all the T-shirt stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be Get Randy 84. We got dude. I got a couple jackets done. I don't think I have anything up on my computer, but it doesn't even matter, bro. It's all good. You'll see it because I'm gonna start releasing. I got about 10 shirts and hoodies done. 10 designs, we'll say, right? So I'm just gonna start dropping them onto my Instagram, whatever else. I've already been dropping shit into YouTube to build up like the Randy rants and stuff like that, to get the following, you know, for the wholesale and the real estate stuff. But I got to finish the workbook. That was like my milestone. I put that ahead of everything, which was just like the seminar outline, like you're talking about doing these, and the outline of my coaching program basically is what it is. It's like an elaborate outline of my coaching program. It's exactly how it came out. I was just doing the outline. I'm like, shit, I can make a book out of this. So I did that. But
no kidding.
All basics, you know what I'm saying? All projects to keep going on. Well, that I'm working on, you know.
So we're gonna see it next week. It's all coming out next week. Randy's working on some big stuff.
What's that? Oh yeah, I mean, you don't have to hype it up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hyping it up. That's what I'm doing. I do a great hype, man.
The hype puts pressure, bro. I just told you, I'm just chilling, bro. I'm not stressing anything. I don't want to be stressing, right? I got a lot of good shit going on. I'm just trying to fucking sail out, you know. But,
absolutely. And that's one of the pieces we're talking about 80-20 today, right? We're talking about like focusing and getting it done. And one of the things that you do as an entrepreneur is you pick the one thing. What's the one thing? If I do this, it'll get it done. And you're focused on the book. You know that one thing. Once you finish it, you know, the book's an asset. Like now it's like, oh, here.
Oh my God, I know.
Right?
I'm slacking on you. I have yours floating around here somewhere.
It's a business card. Like now it gets you on stage. It gets you, on a podcast. It gets you that little extra authority. Yeah. And so, okay, now it makes sense. Like, let's go and work with him because he's done something nobody else has done, right? It creates that extra level. It's like getting a college degree for the speaking business, right? For coaching.
It gives you something tangible too. You know what I'm saying? To give out if you need to, stuff like that. Yeah. Just that's what I've been really working on is approaching that whole coaching game and that avenue in a slightly different model. That's why I'm not so focused to be like hype it up or whatever else, because I know like just the angle that I'm coming from now is more of a prepared angle, you know. So it's whatever. But it's a great business. I love it. I love doing the coaching stuff. It's a lot of fun, and you get to meet a lot of people, and you get to chop it up about a lot of deals. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I love to do is just negotiate deals and talk about deals. So it's right up my alley, you know. Absolutely.
I love that you're doing so much right now, but I love that you're focused, right? You're focused on building wealth, buying property, wholesaling. And it's obviously ultimately buying property, building the wholesale team for the property purchases. But you're focusing. You're just like a rapper in the studio, right? Like, yeah, you go on tour, it's loud. You're promoting the CD and you're doing your thing, but you can't do any of that without creating the CD. And that's what you're doing right now is going in and creating music so that you can go out and tour it.
Exactly. And that's that's such a good analogy on that because and that's the thing, because sometimes you come out, you get excited about stuff and you just run to the wall. But a really cool thing that I learned when I was down in Florida in 2018, right? I'm meeting with this guy now. This dude was like super high-end consultant. He gets called in when they're like, hey, we got to reorganize a hospital to get more efficiency. That's the type of guy he is, right? So when I was at the meeting, we're pitching him for money, go figure. And so he's like, hey, I really can't get involved. And he had like a legitimate, hey, I was invested in this business, I can't help, right? So I immediately, okay, we can't get money. What kind of information can I get out of this guy, right? I pivot, right? So I'm like, in this presentation, I was like, can you hit me with something that can help us, you know what I'm saying, on the way, blah, blah, blah. What did I do wrong, basically, is what I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying? Like, critique my shit, you know? So he's like, dude, you didn't fucking hand me something that I can take. Your presentation, he's like, dude, everything's wonderful. He's like, this is a legitimate reason we're not in, whatever else. But you didn't give me something so I can go give to Tom down the road, right? So like that whole thing of having proposals and being ready on paper, like you could be the most experienced person, but like today I'm sending out photos of jobs that I've done. I'm showing you know what I mean? Because again, running back to the thing that I got from you, which was so major in dealing with people, was the DISC assessment thing. Knowing the personality and my type of personality, but my personality is, you know what I'm saying, is slim to normal people that want I'm a maniac or I'm off this way, but there's a lot of guys that just want to review, see the notes, read it back, and then they'll be interested, you know what I mean? So you got to learn how to pitch everybody. So I think the book thing will show some stuff, what I could do, all that kind of shit. It's something to give out. And it's like you said, it's getting that stuff ready, you know? Yeah,
man. I'm looking forward to the workbook. It's definitely easy to create your own workbook, man, and put it on Amazon and get it posted. Like it takes just a couple of weeks of work, but once it's done, like Amazon handles the rest. You know, somebody buys it and Amazon prints it.
Oh my God, yeah.
I can't wait, man. I'm looking forward to it.
And that's that's great.
Okay.
What's that?
If you can give us 3 pieces of advice. What is it?
I said, what'd you say? Get it? I think we got a little delay going. I was saying, what'd you say? Get it? I was gonna say something else. Yeah, cool. You know me, I'm all hyped up and then I'm drinking coffee. Why? I don't know.
If you give us 3 pieces of advice, so I got to wrap this up because I got another call in 1 minute. But if you can give us 3 pieces of advice in 30 seconds, what would be those 3 pieces of advice to get somebody moving right now during COVID-19?
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. The power. Okay. Right. On the next book that I'm going to write, this is like a serious book, like a real book. The Power of One. It's super simple. No matter what you're doing right now, if you just made one phone call to a potential deal, could be anything. Could be like me, like, okay, paint business, right? So I've already called like a dozen people right on my list, right? I'm already banging it out. My point is, if you just did one thing every day towards that new business, even if you're working full time, Power of One, do one thing towards that new business. The second thing is just get hyper focused. And I don't even have a third for it because it's like you know what I'm saying? You don't even need a third. It's just get hyper focused into one block. You know what I'm saying? It's like that stupid Will Smith thing. You know, if you set one block perfect every day, you're gonna have a wall at the end of it. So those 2 things is what I would say is number 1, get super hyper focused, and the third thing actually is fucking get hyper focused on knowing yourself, like knowing when you want to operate and what you want to do. Like you'll be surprised how good of a life you could build out if you stop focusing on the wrong shiny objects and just realize like, dude, we're moving and pivoting. I'm doing painting and shit like that, but I'm still having fun. You know what I mean? Because I'm building a little business. So it's just all about just staying hyper focused in the Power of One, making sure you're doing one thing towards every goal you have just every day. If you just did that, bro, at the end of the week, you got 7 things. End of the month, you got 30 things. So it's just one of those, you know, but
it's huge, man. I
hyper
love
focus,
that.
man, is the
hyper focused, one thing. And Randy, what is the easiest way for people to get in touch with you? Looking for either coaching, painting, or learn how to wholesale.
Facebook. Honestly, Facebook's the easiest. I got a phone number on the Facebook. Easiest is Facebook, I would say. I'm always in. You can get me that way. Super easy. I'm always touching base on that. There's a phone number there. My email's right there in my little bio, so you can always touch base. 7 days a week, 11 to 11. I don't sleep, so coaching questions, wholesale questions, business questions, marketing questions, just reach out. I'm all about it. So, you know.
Excellent. If you need somebody to paint, he's got guys. He's ready to build that business out.
Yeah. We need more paint. Let's go, guys. You know
Dude, I'm looking forward to the podcast. I know that's coming out shortly in the next couple of weeks. I know the brand's coming out in the next couple of weeks. I know you're
the show.
tight around it.
I'm not even talking about this. Yeah.
I know. We'll do it again.
It's all good. It's too much. I say it's all good. We'll do another call in a couple of days. We'll go over more stuff.
I'm ready, brother. I'm ready. Randy, I appreciate you, man. Keep up the good work. Keep on the grind. When you have a choice,
Always work with the best, baby. Good stuff, Jake. I'll talk to you
Later,
soon.
brother.